Hello everyone, my name is Bodi. I am going to be doing the first impressions of the new Justice set. What Aftershock is we're going to be doing a new podcast slash videos out of Southeast Wisconsin. There's a group of us that play Dice Masters and other games, but we will be focusing on Dice Masters on our little portion. So we're going to go into some of the Justice cards that we like, and we're going to start off with this Aquaman that's coming up. Saving the 7 Seas. While he's active, when a character dies and a character fights moves from your reserve pool to your use pile at the end of your main step, gain 2 life. The reason I like this is because there's a basic action in this set called Stretch that lets you take dice out of the use pile, and then if you do that, get a character face, roll, and then if you just don't field your character, you're going to gain 2 life at the end of your step. Anyway, so I think this is a good, effective life gain, and there's always a good reason to have life gain on your team. Aquaman, Arthur Curry is just a reprint. I put that on here because of the Justice League characters that are coming out. So your characters cost 1 less to buy, and you combine that with the Batman, the smart one that's out. That's when he's active, your Justice League characters, other than Batman, get +1/+1 and cost 1 less to field. So with that Aquaman, you got 2 discount, and now your Justice League characters are getting buffed. So next we're going to go into Bizarro. I like this one because while there is an active opposing Justice League character, Bizarro has Overcrush. And I think the best part about this is that Kal-El Global. Pay shield, switch a character die's attack and defense until end of turn. Buffing your big defensive stat guys. This works in anything, Golden, Modern. That global, I'm glad, is back. Coming up next, we got 2-cost black mana. The reason I put this 2-cost black mana on here is because there is a Black Adam that has Deadly, and this black Manta will go great on that. It's just a cheap Legion of Doom character. So next is Clayface, Restless. When you have every energy in your reserve pool, not counting question marks, Clayface gets +5/+5 and Overcrush. That's ridiculous. That's cool. Stats are awesome. TFC of 2. The global is what makes this card. Pay mask. Once per turn, you may take a die from your use pile. Add it to your reserve pool on any energy phase. So pretty much a ring on steroids. That'll come in handy. This is one of my favorite cards in the set right here. Gorilla Garage, Stronger Than You. He's got Strike. This character gets +2/+2 and Overcrush if it is the only character fielded on this turn. And then it's got Call Out, so you can call it a sidekick and get most out of your Overcrush damage and buff them up a little bit. And then you got possibly on top side, you got 7/7. You can get a 10/10, call it a sidekick. You got 9 coming through, so that's kind of cool. Green Lantern Human, I like with a Justice League team. It's pretty much like Lantern Ring. So you got Justice League characters, and they'll do, when they attack, they'll do damage. Looking at the energy symbol matched to them in the reserve pool. So it's kind of like Ring, a little bit more expensive. The 5 costs I don't mind. I think it balances it out. I would love to try this on a Justice League team and see what we can make the most out of it. Going into some villains here. Legion of Doom. Lex Luthor. While he's active, your opponent cannot purchase more than 1 action die and 1 character die per turn, which is good. Works against super rare Yanti teams that want to purchase more than 1 action die. Also, it slows down rush teams too, buying those cheap 2 costs. I think it'd be awesome in Golden to get the, like 1 cost kobolds and stuff like that, so they can only purchase 1. Martian Manhunter, Endless Abilities. I love this card. While he's active, while an opponent has an active villain character die, your character dice gain Overcrush. A lot of the main control cards, like Scarlet Witch, Shriek, Blob, they're all villains. You get this out there, and your characters have Overcrush. I think it's an awesome ability. Coming up, I'm going to do all 3 parasites because I think all 3 parasites are viable and they're really cool. The first one is Consumed by What We Do. When fielded, you may reduce target opposing character dies, attack and defense by parasites attack and D, which is really strong control. And he's got a 3 top side. So you're subtracting 3 from, Shrieks, Scarlet Witches, Yantis. So very good control, very good knockout capabilities. The next one is Human Atomic Furnace, and when he's fielded, target character die's ability text Parasite gains that, and then effectively looks like you're going to be blanking that card that he copies as well. Pretty strong, especially against like Fix It. Keep going back to the Control, Shriek, Scarlet Witch, stuff like that, but I think that's more anti-Fix It, and I like that a lot. And then my favorite is Maxwell Jensen. So instead of declaring Parasite as an attacker, you can add his attack and defense to an attacking character die. And you can do this for each one of your Parasite character die. So you get 3 out there, and you're adding, 3 attack, 2 attack at the least, to one of your bigger characters. Especially that, like that Garrod. You can throw the 3 on there or anything. So, very cool ability. Poison Ivy, I got 3 of hers because all 3 of hers are viable as well, and I just love them all. This one, when you field her, you may KO a character die you control if you do deal damage equal to the KO character die's level to target opponent and all the character dice that opponent controls. Basically, it's Breath Weapon. So you KO a character, so you field her, you KO a character die, and then go to town. So I think spin-ups would work really well with that too, making sure you have a level 3, level 2, get the most bang out of your buck on that one. Poison Ivy, New Leaf. This one is really cool. When she's active, when an opponent purchases the last die on the card, deal that opponent damage. I believe it's 2 damage. And then you can pay double mask. Once per turn, you may remove a die on any card from the game, but you can't remove the last die on the card. So that goes hand in hand with that ability to do that damage. Very strong, in my opinion, and a card that I'm looking forward to really playing. And then the last Poison Ivy I have on here is when fielded, draw 2 die. If both are sidekick dice, place them in your use pile. Deal 2 damage to all opposing character dice, otherwise return them to your bag. So you pull the 2 sidekick characters, doing some proper bag management, and you're going to be doing 2 damage to the opponent's field. And not only that, it gives you good churn. Churns through your bag and gets isn't really high on. If you want to see more of this set, DM Armada did a great video breaking down the set and going through all the cards. These are just the ones that stand out the most. When fielded, name an opposing card replacing all previous choices. While Scarecrow is active, dice on that card costs 3 more to purchase. Very good against win cons, against control. What's not good about this card? 3 cost mask too, come on. The Atom, Professor. Got an Awaken, 4 cost Fist. Deal 2 damage to target opponent is the Awaken ability. But look at that. Fielding costs 0, 1, 1, and then you got 1, 1, 4, 4, and 5, 5. So he is worth spinning up on his level 2 and level 3. Combine this with a couple other Awaken characters, and there's basic action we'll get into a little bit later that will really buff this and really help the Awaken fire off. The Flash, in my opinion, this is the best Flash I've seen. Some people have different opinions about that, but Flash is the first die you purchase in the game. He costs 1 less, so basically 3 cost Fist. And while the Flash is active, when an opponent's Attune activates, they lose 1 life. Very, very good anti-Attune. I'm not sure how viable Attune is going to go further, but there is Mystics Satana that gives your Mystics Attune, so could be viable. The Joker, new and shiny. When the Joker attacks, you may reroll a basic action die from your use pile. If you do, if it rolls an action face, you may use the effect of the face you rolled. Afterwards, place the die in your bag regardless of what face it rolled. So that's awesome. This Joker, if you're building around basic actions, and we know how much we like our basic actions. So the Joker 4 cost Fist to get basic actions out is a pretty damn good deal. I like. The Riddler, 6 cost Bolt. This Riddler is amazing. I love this card. While the Riddler is active, when an opponent rolls or rerolls a die other than during their roll and reroll step, deal that opponent 2 damage. So you're taking 2 damage if you're rolling and reroll outside of your reroll step. So Green Devil Mask is what first comes to mind, and yeah, there is some shenanigans to be had with that one. Moving on, Robot Man. Sorry, I'm in the wrong set. Toy Man, play dead. When fielded, your opponent chooses an unpurchased basic action die. Place that die in your use pile. That's not bad. I included that on here because it's a unique ability that I haven't seen yet. And I think it's kind of cool to just field it and then choose a basic action. Your opponent chooses one no matter what, and you're going to get a basic action for free. So I like those. Going into the basic action cards now. Good segue. Doomlance. Doomlance looks really cool. You choose one of your unpurchased or you choose one of your active character dice. Only that character die may attack this turn. All opposing character die must block this turn. Great with deadly characters. A double burst. Also, if the opponent has an active character die at the end of the turn, that opponent loses 1 life. So, very, very effective. And that's a basic action that I cannot wait to play. The next one is Energy Field. This is the one I was referring to when I was talking about the Atom. With the Atom, it's got Awaken, and this is a great card to use on an Awaken team. Spin all character dice up 1 level, and then not only that, afterwards spin target character dice down to level 1 on the double burst. So that's rad. I like that a lot. Moving on to the next one that I like a lot too is Ping. I think Ping is ridiculous. Deal 1 damage to target opponent. Burst, double burst. Also, this die has Boomerang. Yuck, yuck, and more yuck. My first initial reaction when I saw this was like, oh my god, I can't wait to put this on my Attune team. And then just getting the burst, double burst, and just boomeranging and just obliterating the hell out of my opponent. We'll see if it works or not, but that is something that I can't wait for, and hopefully it's as disgusting as I think it is. Stretch is the one that I was referring to with the Aquaman. Move any number of dice from your use pile to your bag. Burst, double burst. Also draw 1 die and roll it. And then the global Pay a Fist. Once per turn, you may draw and roll a die. Move a die from your reserve pool to your use pile. So that's if you have character faces in your reserve pool and you're moving in your use pile and you got that Aquaman out, you're gaining life right there. So that's why I said it's one of the more effective life gains that I've seen since Long Live the Resistance with like a Red Dragon or Thor Global. The next I have a list of strikers here. Strikers I just want to get into. It seems like a really cool keyword. First die fielded this turn, it gets +2/+2 and Overcrush. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Justice League ones, so making kind of a Justice League team. If you got that Batman out there that buffs your Justice League characters, and then you field one of your Justice League characters that has that strike ability, you can buff that and get that Overcrush damage through. So that's really cool. And then there's a Black Canary too that has that. So Strike is a cool ability I really want to get into and just play around with. So I appreciate you checking this out. Thank you again, and I hope to see you soon.